Hey everyone, this is Keegan from Poindexter by Design. If you're regularly exporting 3D data from Onshape, I'm going to show you how to do this efficiently and consistently with Onshape's export rules. Okay, so say I want to export this part as a step file. You can right click on the tab and select export, or you can actually launch it from part face as well. So if I right click on here, I can also export this way. So right now, the default, if you don't have any Onshape export settings set up, is it will just pick the item name. But if we want to be more specific and assign, say, the part number, we can do that in our export settings. So this is under my account preferences. And right now, I don't have any part export rules, so I can go ahead and select add export rule. The scope is part, category is part, and you can be specific about the file format. So you could have a whole bunch of different formats and they could change the export rule and how it looks. Or you could just say, if you want to apply it to all file formats, leave it the default. And I showed in the drawing video a little bit more about how to populate both dynamic and static properties. So I'm just going to go ahead and paste what I typically use and hit add here. Successfully added. So if we go back to our part now, I can right click on this export, or let's launch it from right clicking on a part face. And you can see this new export rule was applied, and it is the part number rather than the item name. And it doesn't matter because I set it for all file types, doesn't matter what format I select, it will remain the same. I could change that. So let's go ahead and look at that. Say you're exporting a lot of 3D parts for printing and you want to note that it's a 3D print. Say you want it to be specifically STL format. So I've gone ahead and added that rule here. So we can go back, and because this is a multi-part part studio, by the way, I do need to right click on either this individual part or the part in the part tree over here. Let's go ahead and export. So right now it's on step, so it's still the original export rule. But if I switch this over to STL now, you can see it has the additional static suffix to this part export rule. So you can actually do the same exact thing for assemblies. So the scope, instead of being part, is now an assembly. I'm using the exact same smart string here, and go ahead and hit add. All right, to sum up, you can apply Onshape export rules to anything you can export. You can launch the export function by right-clicking on a tab or a part face. More info to come on exporting flat patterns from the flat pattern viewer. And then additionally, just remember that you can use a combination of both dynamic properties or any metadata you have access to in Onshape and static text or a combination thereof. And here's the syntax on how to do that. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more Onshape insights. Catch you next time.